Inside of today's video, I'm going to fully break down Brawl Talk for you guys. So fortunately, as a Supercell creator, we got this a little bit early. That's why I'm able to break it down for you guys. There's a brand new limited time event. There's new game modes, new contests, 2 new brawlers, trophy rework. There's so much to cover. Absolute banger update. So make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want all the sneak peek content, especially when all the balance changes drop as well and all of that good stuff. So let's first and foremost take a look at the Angel versus Demon event. So whenever you load into Brawl Stars, you get to flip a coin, and that will decide whether you're an Angel or a Demon for the day. And then whenever you're an Angel, you get Angel star drops, Demon star drops. So it's a unique star drop, and each side has different abilities, just like previous events. So whether you're a Demon, you get like these Demon abilities, 6 of them, and then Angel, you get 6 abilities which you can use on every single brawler. So it's just like the previous limited time events, which I do like these power-ups, but at the same time I feel like maybe people are a little bit bored of this. We'll have to see what the opinion of you guys in the comment section is. Me myself, I'm a little bit tired, even though the SpongeBob event was a really big step up and I did enjoy it myself. I don't know whether there's too many of these like ability events. We'll have to see how it is in game. And then it looks like you need 15 of these Angel or Demon star drops to unlock a new ability. So that's just one thing I uncovered. And there's also going to be contests which will help you get more of the star drops, which we'll go into in a sec. We have 2 new game modes coming with the update. Well, both of them are kind of reworks or just coming back. First one is Spirit Wars. So it's going to be a rework essentially to Siege. However, both sides can spawn these spirits. So one thing to note is that it'll have 3 rounds, just like classic Siege. If I know a lot of people are quite new to the game, but Siege, you had these 3 rounds and a limited amount of time to pick up these bolts, and it was whether the team with the most bolts after that split second will be able to build a big robot, and then it would go on for another 2 sieges. But Spirit Wars is going to be like that, but essentially these bolts or whatever it's called with the new limited time event, you just straight away spawn the amount of spirits. So if you collect 5 of these I think amulets or bolts, you'll get 5 spirits. 9 spirits. There is a cap, but then both teams will be able to spawn that amount of spirits. So you need to collect every single bolt as much as possible, because that's going to build your attack and you're going to be able to of course take down the enemy a lot quicker. So I'm excited for this one just because Siege was a competitive favorite. It was really good, and maybe this has potential for competitive in the future. We'll have to wait and see. So I'm excited to try this one out. The other game mode is a returning one from the SpongeBob season. It's Trio Showdown. So it's actually the most played game mode in that season, and I can see why. It was so much fun. I know a lot of the time it was because people abused these strategies to farm power cubes, etc, but I still had so much fun, and I've still seen a lot of my friends list playing Trio Showdown. So obviously people enjoyed it. One thing to note though, when it comes back, it will be with power-ups again. So I'd like to actually try this without power-ups, but still it's going to be good fun. There's also going to be a new feature called contests. So this is kind of like tournaments, or similar to power play back in the day. If you remember those days, I actually got number 1 in power play all the way back then. But essentially every 3 days you'll get this new contest where you compete in different game modes to get to the top of the leaderboard. I don't know whether it's going to be like a global leaderboard or whether you'll just be put in a pool of players. We'll have to wait and see until the next day of sneak peeks. But you only get a limited amount of tickets. So just like Mega Pick, for example, you might get 5 tickets. So that means you get 5 games worth or 10 games worth, and the top players will be rewarded with extra angelic or demon star drops. So this of course going to help you just unlock more things and unlock more abilities, etc. So I like this idea of contests. It's kind of like Clash Royale with their challenges and tournaments. So I think it could be definitely a great feature. So now let's dive into the juicy stuff. So there's 2 new brawlers coming with the update as usual. And the first brawler is called Juju. So she's a mythic brawler and is releasing on the 30th of October instead of the 31st. I imagine that's because of the undead boxes. That's probably going to break the servers right on the 31st of October. So they're changing it to the Wednesday instead with early access. She's a mythic brawler and she's an elementalist. So I'm excited about this, because in other games elementalists are just really fun and a great addition, whilst Juju is a thrower that can walk over water and create a pet, so another spawnable, which I think is pretty cool. But hopefully it's not going to be another Larry and Laurie situation. Fingers crossed. Yeah, let's just see. Anyways, she has 3 types. She has grass, earth, and water. So grass has increased range. I didn't really get to see the increased range, but it definitely can catch people by surprise. I think this will be a great one. Earth increases the damage by 400. So typically, it looks like Juju deals 1,600 damage, goes up to 2k damage with that earth shot, and then water will slow down enemies. So this is going to be great, and if it's in this constant cycle, eventually you'll learn what is up next. It still probably will catch people by surprise for a couple of weeks at least, but there will be ways to counter. You know, for example, if you know that the next shot is water, you just probably got to stay out of the distance because you're going to get slowed, and that's going to be a pretty toxic one, especially in combination. Like, imagine if you combine some of these, like water and then the earth with the extra damage. That could just be really dangerous combination. She also has 6k HP, so I think very similar to the twins, or just most throwers, to be honest. 1,600 damage base, which is pretty decent, I would say. Nothing game breaking, but definitely pretty good, especially when you add that extra earth damage. And then the super throws a spawnable, which throws needles. It's a voodoo doll, but it looks like it works pretty slow. So even though it has 7,200 HP, which is a lot, and it deals 1,600 damage per needle, and it looks like it spawns with a shield as well. I don't know whether that's a star power or something, but it looks like it works pretty slow. So there are some limited factors. I don't know what the range is on this super either, but I think overall, I think Juju will be insane. I won't really say like Larry and Laurie broken, but I definitely think she'll be ested. Now jumping into the second brawler, which is called Shade. It's like a ghosty brawler, which is able to float through rules and just do all this crazy stuff. Yeah, I'm scared of this one. This one's definitely going to break the game. So Shade is an epic brawler and a part of the Ghost Train trio, and will be released on the 28th of November, I'm pretty sure. So the last Thursday of November, that's normally how the schedule goes. But Shade has 7k HP. His attack can go through walls, which is just insane to think about. I know the range is pretty limited, and it's like a fan-like attack. So the actually attack is like a cone, so very similar to like Sandy's attack, Rose's, Buzz, etc. But his attack claps, so it moves inwards, and there's a line in the center, and if you hit the enemies in the center, it deals ×2 damage. So typically it's 1,600 damage in the gameplay. This could change, but if you hit someone in the center, that's 3,200. So there is some kind of skill cap to it. They're trying to do something kind of like Draco, where they're not just throwing a brawler in there that can just deal damage through walls. They're making it a little bit more skillful, which I kind of like. So there is a little bit of a drawback. Like 1,600 damage isn't anything insane, but if you've got good aim, yeah, it rewards you for that. There's an automatic charging circle as well, like Cordelius, so I imagine that his range can be very limited. There are a few clips, but it's hard to really see the range, but I think the range is pretty short, so probably just need something like a Cordelius charging circle to charge that super. And he can also go across water, so both brawlers can go across water. This is dangerous territory, but at least he is very limited in range. There probably does need to be a brawler like this that can go over water that's limited in range, because it's just, at the minute, even Angelo. But now we've got a thrower that can walk over water. We've got a melee brawler that can walk over water. Yeah, this is quite exciting. And also his super can allow him to dash and go through walls for a brief period, and he gets a speed boost. So this is the game breaking thing. He can literally go through walls with his super, and it looks like at least like the ability to go through walls will last at least 5 seconds. I imagine it'll probably be like 7 seconds, 8 seconds, and that could be pretty toxic. I imagine there's going to be quite a few bugs with this and quite a few cheesy strategies. This mechanic is just game breaking. Let's just be honest. It's something we've never seen in the game before. He can go over water, he can dash. There's just so much to him. I personally can't see how he's not going to completely break the game. Yes, he has very limited range, but I just don't see how he's not going to break the game. He's not going to be, again, don't think he's going to be Larry and Laurie broken, but he's definitely going to make a great impact on the game. I think both of these brawlers are really, really fun, but I definitely imagine Shade is going to be the more fun brawler. So quickly, let's go over the trophy rework. So essentially, they didn't really share anything new in the Brawl Talk, which we already kind of knew about trophy rework. If you guys are unaware, the first trophy rework will start on November 7th. That is the important thing. When the brand new season starts with Angels versus Demons, that's when the trophy rework will start. So essentially, I mean, you can probably wait to try and push your brawlers to 1,000, but the thing that I'm doing before the update is making sure every brawler is at 1,000, so then I can easily just play whatever brawler I want, and they'll all go to this seasonal trophy box. So if you missed what was spoken about a week ago or so, essentially every brawler above 1,000, it will reset to 1,000 with this brand new seat. So for example, all the hardcore pushers that are like 1,600 trophy per brawler, everyone's going to go down to 1,000 trophies with that reset. And then with every reset going forward, all of the trophies that you lose, so for example, if your trophy brawler is at 2,000 trophies, it will then reset back to 1,000 with the brand new trophy rework, and then you'll get 1,000 seasonal trophies. So trophies you lose goes to this seasonal trophy box, and you just get all of these epic rewards. You get the chance to get hypercharge skins, etc., which is cool. I don't think they're making like a massive deal about this, to be honest. It didn't sound like it's gonna change the game forever, but it's just a nice change, because before the trophy reset, you'd only just get pointless bling. There was no incentive to push, really. And all of these people saying, oh, they removed rank 35, they killed the game, etc. Well, rank 35s, that didn't do anything either. You didn't get anything for rank 35s. It just looked cool on your on your profile. So I think this is a great change. I think it's gonna make overall ladder a lot more casual, but again, it is ladder. As long as they make ranked a lot more competitive in the future, I won't mind it. So I think this is a really welcome change. And of course, with the update, we have 6 new hypercharges as well. Some of these look really good. There's a couple of that are a little bit underwhelming, but let's dive into them. So first off, we have 8-bit. So 8-bit's turret now has a laser that automatically shoots enemies, just like Jesse's turret. So this deals 230 damage. So the damage looks very lackluster, and I just don't know. 8-bit normally put his turret in a safe spot. Maybe this might incentivize people to put his turret a little bit more aggro to get more value, but I personally just don't see it. We'll have to wait and see. I don't think this one's going to be game breaking. I mean, maybe the speed boost that you get with the hypercharge might be pretty good with 8-bit. We'll have to see. Of course, it'll make him better. Next up, we have Otis. So Otis super now stuns people as well. So I think this was a pretty standard one. I thought it might just slow the opponents or do something like that. Stuns as well. Yeah, this is good. It mutes them and stuns them. Yeah, they're just going to be a free kill pretty much. Next, we have Ruff's hypercharge. So Ruff's hypercharge adds more damage upon impact. I don't think I actually got to see the damage. Maybe if you have a good eye, you probably could have saw it. And the power up will now also charge your hypercharge. So it doesn't actually charge your super, it charges your hypercharge meter by the sounds of it. So we'll have to see how much that charges. Does it charge it 20%, 10%, etc.? On some brawlers, this could be huge. Some of them might not be as good, but at least Ruff's is getting a welcomed hypercharge, because he is one of the worst brawlers in the game and the least played brawlers in the game. Next hypercharge is Daryl's. So whenever he hypercharges with his super, he will spray around bullets just like his recalling rotator gadget, dealing 840 damage per bullet. So this doesn't look the strongest. I think it just depends how it'll feel in game. If the bullets are actually pretty accurate and hit a lot of times, I think that'll be a lot of damage. But if it's anything like the gadget, it's never going to hit anything. So we'll have to wait and see. But I think there could be some good plays with it. For example, in heist, if you just literally roll near the heist safe, probably there's going to be some tech. You can deal a lot of damage. And then, of course, yeah, I just think it's going to be a good damage dealer. Next up, we've got Penny. So Penny's hypercharge fires 2 cannonballs at the same time with the hypercharge turret. You've got to remember that the turret itself got a HP buff not too long ago. So this is going to make the hypercharge itself pretty hard to take down. I think this is going to be a really good one. Already Penny's like just about the A tier right now in competitive play. This could easily make her S tier. I've got to definitely make a prediction. I would say she's going to be S tier with this hypercharge. And then Stu's is very interesting. So Stu's gets a super infinitely for that duration. So it's only 5 seconds, but he has infinite supers. That's going to be very good. I can see a lot of his hypercharges have taken inspiration from the first mutation event. Stu's, everyone was thinking not back, but definitely another one I was thinking of personally is the infinite supers. I think this could be really, really good. You can make some interesting plays with it. Maybe not like game breaking, but maybe it could be, because you could just use a gas to heal star power and heal yourself up really fast. I think for the people that have really low ping and good internet, they're going to be able to abuse this one. Very interesting. But one thing to note, the hypercharges won't be dropping with the update. Normally the update drops like Tuesday, for example, but because of the World Finals, I don't think they're going to add hypercharges into the game until after World Finals. So it won't be till a couple of weeks until these come out to the game. Just one thing to bear in mind. But that's going to be it for today's video. If you guys want to check out the skins, I'm going to do a YouTube short and a TikTok about all the skins if you want to catch up on them. But that's going to be it. 2 new brawlers that look pretty good. I think it's going to be a really good update. Maybe people are going to be sick of the limited time event. We'll have to wait and see. And yeah, that's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.